If you have been listening to my show for a while, you will know magnesium is my all-time favorite menopausal mineral. Stay tuned to find out why. You are listening to Menopause Natural Solutions, episode 106, Magnesium, the master menopause mineral. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause, menopause and beyond. Stay tuned as your host, Naturopath Jennifer Harrington, explains how to use natural therapies to find your ultimate health and happiness during your transition. Hello, and welcome back to another episode. Today I really want to talk to you about Maggie. Maggie's a patient of mine, and yes, I've changed her name. She came to see me wanting help with her menopausal transition. Her main concerns included poor stress tolerance with frequent outbursts, anxiety and depression. She had regular headaches, trouble with sleep, and painful leg cramps overnight. She was fatigued and experiencing brain fog. In recent tests, she discovered her blood pressure was borderline, she had prediabetes and osteopenia. Every one of these symptoms are very common at this stage of life. I bet all of you listening have experienced at least part of this list. She felt like she was falling apart and could no longer cope. We decided to add a few additional tests to those already done, including sleep apnea. This is so important when you see sleep issues, fatigue, headaches, brain fog and mood changes. The only supplement I started her on while we waited for results was magnesium. And she actually resisted starting on this product as her doctor had tested her serum magnesium levels and it had come back normal. I had to explain that most of her magnesium was stored in her bones, then muscle and soft tissue. The serum only really contained about 1% of her magnesium stores, and it's so highly regulated that it'll take from bone and muscles in order to maintain that 1%. And with her osteopenia diagnosis, I was really concerned she was magnesium deficient. If she wanted a more accurate assessment of her magnesium stores, we could test her red blood cell magnesium, which is a much more accurate way to determine magnesium status. She chose not to test in the end, and she started her magnesium supplement. We caught up 2 weeks later, and she couldn't believe the difference. She really thought she needed progesterone, as she had heard this helps with sleep and moods. And yes, it does do that. But I always start with key health building blocks, such as magnesium. And if the symptoms don't improve, then I start considering other options, and progesterone was on my plan B list. The biggest change was in her sleep. She was getting to sleep faster. And without her leg cramps waking her at night, she was staying asleep longer. The additional sleep improved her energy, brain fog, and her moods. She still had a headache during this time, but the frequency and intensity had already started to reduce. So you can see why magnesium is my all-time favorite menopausal mineral. It may play a role in reducing so many common symptoms during your transition, including hot flushes, but that wasn't a part of Maggie's symptom picture. I'll be right back after this message. 30 million women are impacted by weakened or thinning hair. If you're among them, know that you're not alone and that there's a solution you can trust to deliver results. Thousands of women have taken back control of their hair with Nutrafol, with many users raving that the supplement not only transformed their hair but restored their confidence too. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and entering the promo code MNS to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it is only available to US customers for a limited time. Plus free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com, spelt Nutrafol.com, promo code MNS. While you're there, take their hair wellness quiz for personalized product recommendations that are unique to your hair's needs. Back to magnesium. Other common signs of deficiency include eye twitches, restless legs, muscle spasm, heart arrhythmia, palpitations, and angina, nerve conduction issues with numbness and tingling, constipation, cellular health, chocolate cravings, and more. You see, magnesium is an essential mineral cofactor in more than 300 different enzymatic reactions. Deficiency can occur due to soil depletion, poor dietary choices. By the way, good choices of magnesium include dark green leafy vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, avocados. Once consumed, magnesium needs to be absorbed via the intestines. Women with inflammatory digestive conditions tend to have the lowest level of magnesium. Having low stomach acid is another risk factor. Magnesium absorption can be reduced by the presence of dietary phytates, alcohol, caffeine, insufficient protein, certain medication, other mineral imbalances, or lack of cofactors such as potassium, selenium, B6, or vitamin D. You may have noticed magnesium comes in many different forms. Please speak to your healthcare provider to discover which one may be the most suitable for you. But here are a few options. Magnesium threonate. This is generally the best form for brain health. Think cognition, moods, brain injuries, and neurodegenerative disorders. Magnesium glycinate. This is a great option for muscle relaxing, mood relaxing, or sleep enhancing. Magnesium citrate. Again, muscle relaxing, spasm relaxing, and reduction of muscle pain. It may even reduce arterial stiffness. Magnesium malate for energy metabolism, muscle pain, migraines, or depression. Magnesium taurate or orotate are the best forms for heart health. Magnesium chloride. This you will find in topical magnesium sprays. This is well absorbed via the skin and is a good option if you have low hydrochloric acid or worry about lower digestive absorption. Magnesium oxide. I only ever use this for constipation. It doesn't do any of the other magnesium jobs. It simply draws water into your bowel and softens and clears your stool. Magnesium sulfate. You'll find this one in Epsom salts. Simply add to your bath and soak. And it is good for soothing sore muscles, relaxing the mind, and detoxifying the body. Magnesium chelate is especially good for muscular health. Magnesium glycerophosphate is a combination of magnesium and phosphorus. Glycerophosphates enhance phospholipid production. Phospholipids are vitally important to cellular health. Before you run off and purchase magnesium, we need to talk about the dangers, the interactions, and the contraindications. So dangers. Too much magnesium can cause short-term diarrhea. So if it's your first time, you may not want to go too far from the house. But if you do have diarrhea, you simply stop the magnesium and the diarrhea will resolve. When we're looking at medication interactions, magnesium may interact with biphosphonates such as Fosamax, so it's best to take them at different times of the day. Magnesium needs to be taken at least an hour away from antibiotics. Diuretics increase magnesium loss and increase the need for supplementation. Proton pump inhibitors like Nexium can cause magnesium deficiency by reducing their absorption, and supplementation, especially in the creams, may be useful. Magnesium may increase the effectiveness of diabetic medication and may allow for a lowering of dose. Insulin specifically reduces magnesium levels, and it's ideal to take a supplement with that drug. Corticosteroids, such as prednisone, increase your need for magnesium. And the list goes on. I can't emphasize enough to check for interactions if you're on medications and chat to your practitioner. It's always best to check your safety first. And magnesium is contraindicated in renal failure and heart block. I hope you've enjoyed learning about magnesium. If you find this education interesting, I think you will really enjoy the nutrition module in my Menopause Makeover program. Enrollments aren't currently open, but if you want to join the waitlist, you'll be the first to know when it does. Well, that's it from me. Wishing you a fabulous week. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide, and it is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please share it with a friend.